Hi, hello. Hi, everyone. I had to restart my introduction. My other one was funnier, but someone called me. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm here. Hello. How are you? I'm Kim, and this is my channel. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here already. Um, First of all, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for still watching me with my breaks and way less content I'm providing. Way less. Doing YouTube is grueling. Okay? And it takes a lot of energy to read cards and do this sort of thing. I've been just sort of like not doing it as much. And mostly because of my health. Mostly because I can't do too much. I've been focusing my energy on other things. But listen, I'm here today. I will continue to be here. And I really appreciate you guys, this community who interacts with me and is still riding with me and comes here for entertainment, relaxation, pleasure, whatever it is you come here for. I appreciate it. I am back to offering private readings, so the link will be down in not only the description but a pinned comment, the link, or you can email me moonlightenergy15@gmail.com and I'll send you the link. You guys have already started ordering private readings. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I want to explore the future of ice. I have done that a little bit in the past. I've talked a little bit about what I see with ice. First of all, everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. For informational purposes only. For everything I say here is alleged. Okay? Alright, so yeah, so I want to explore that. I had some things I wanted to say. There's a lot in the news. As you will know, people are being harmed grievously by ICE agents who are not trained, who are who come from the edges of society, I'm sure of criminal histories, thugs, terrorizing communities that don't have borders. I don't know what's going on there, but terrorizing communities, terrorizing American citizens, terrorizing humanity, and they want people to be afraid. It is particularly in them-run cities, and their excuse is, well, the governors and the mayors can't protect their citizens, so we're going to step in and do that, which is like fascism 101, fighting the person who is leading the state. It's crazy. It's scary. We're going to protect you from your governor, is what Kristi Noem said. The person that was democratically voted into office by you, we're going to protect you from them. So, yeah. So, I want to explore what's going to happen with them. Now, we know in the long run what will eventually happen. But, we know in the long run what will eventually happen. I'm on mind just went blank. I'm also stressed. I'm going through some things. It's nothing like, it's just everyday. It's not even me, honestly. It's other people's stress, but I'm just, energetically. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but I do want to explore what's going to happen. What could happen. It's very, that's what I was going to say. I did talk about things will get worse before, with ICE. And I think we're past worse. And the only way, like I said yesterday, is for people to say no. You have to say no. So, continue to say no. Governors have to continue to say no. They have to continue to they have to continue to put in laws that restrict them. They have to continue to fight back to protect the people in their, state, city, what have you, because the reason why the Trump administration is doing what they are doing, running plays from the Nazi playbook, is because they want to show their power. Like I said before, it's always a show of power. They want to create an illusion that they reign supreme, that they can do what they want, and it appears that they can do what they want, and so you have to say no to it. Whatever resistance looks like, so long as people are saying no, even just by fear, and you will lose things. That's just how it goes. You could lose things by saying no. But people have the power. I just wish it didn't take tragedy, but that's the human condition. I wish people are always, and I'm talking about the general population, just always aware, have more empathy and compassion. People just don't. I'm talking generally. Probably shouldn't, but it just appears that way. Maybe people are apathetic. But anyway, we're in a bad state. We are not good. We'll be okay. We know that. But again, things aren't about things being fixed. It's about it changing. And when change needs to happen, you need complete destruction. So I think the universe is showing us what that looks like currently. Sometimes they're like, you didn't listen the first few centuries. And then you, as the individual, are like, well, I didn't do anything. And the universe is like, well, you have to pay the cost to be the boss, right? A la James Brown. And you're like, I don't want to be the boss. I just want peace. That's what we want. People are being injured and murdered. People being hurt. Human beings who have families, and things that just doesn't need to happen. I don't know, it's like people are like, this isn't our country. And it is. I think people have to accept that too. America's naked. Our pants are down and off now, and the shirt is gone. Stark naked. And so I use that as a metaphor to say that there are things underneath America. We are naked, and is showing what we are in our true form, perhaps. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the way our system is, the way our systems do abuse people, how easily and how fragile it is to be corrupted and just used in an abhorrent way, our systems. The truth of that, and that even outside of the Trump administration, there are people in this country who are in the power to do these things, and they do it. But now it's just blatantly in front of us. You evaded, well, I'm not even going to get into that. But those who know what I mean. So what we need to do is wash our naked body and put on new clothes. Can't just throw on the same old clothes. It's not working. It will only take us to really be like, no, we want something new. It's not working for us. Let's get into the reading. Ice. Let's start with Krisit. Now, I've done numerous readings on this woman. She is under fire. She's under fire, man. She knows she's gonna end up in a position. If those cards come out, those are hers. She knows she's gonna end up in a position that she doesn't want to end up in. And man, the it's really quite scary of what is happening, because it's blatant and obvious what it is. Let's see what's going to happen to her. First question for Krisit. Now, I did readings for her before, and I said her end is on schedule, but it's not very slow, but it's a steady downfall. And I said the last time I read on her, more things needs to happen before she goes. More bad things need to happen. She has to be involved in more bad things in order for her to go. Let's see if we are there. Will Krisit be forced to resign soon? can't shuffle it. I don't know what the heck's going on here. My hands don't want to work. Oh yeah. Well, her downfall will be soon. Okay. Sorry for the long pause. I had a lot on my mind just now. Thinking a lot of things at once. 8 of Cups. Ace of Swords. Knight of Cups, okay. Knight of Cups always comes out. 9 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 9 of Wands. 8 of Swords. Oof, she going through it, huh? 8 of Cups. Walking off, walking off into something. Should I stay or should I go? Feels like maybe that's what she's asking herself. Your situation is not satisfying. Her situation is not satisfying for her. She wants to stomp with the big dogs, but she doesn't have the emotional structure for it. She's very worried. Christina. She's very worried. Okay. Ace of Swords, facing the truth. Ace of Swords, new clarity. Okay. New intellectual excuse me, new intellectual growth of some sort, or understanding something clearer, understanding something more clearly. Okay, that she maybe needs to go, she needs to walk away from this. 8 of Cups, she's looking for it. What is she doing? It feels like she's looking for an answer. That's what it feels like. Knight of Cups comes out a lot with these people, and it's come out often with her. Knight of Cups is about it could be about delusion or idealism. Okay, her beliefs, because the Knight of Pentacles is next. Knight of Pentacles. I know I keep saying I don't care. I'm sorry. Nine of Pentacles. It's like she's stuck to her. It feels like not stuck to her ideas. It's almost like believing there are things that are holding her in the position. Obviously, it's powerful. The money, the free housing. She's staying in the military housing, which you're not supposed to, but they do what they want. They are the most, what kills me about them is like, they are just so, JD Vance, they are, JD Vance popped into my head just now because he is one of them. He is the way they just lie. I know they're not talking to me. When they say things, the things that they say, people get outraged. I don't get outraged because I know they're not talking to me. Because I'm not a dummy or I'm not brainwashed. So the things that they say that are so absurd and outrageous, they're talking to their supporters. They're not talking to me. That's what we have to remember. But what I was saying is like, they get the most handouts and they love it. You rely on the government money. That you accuse immigrants that commit fraud, and you're the ones who do that. That's what blows my mind. How much these Republican-run states depend on blue state money to fix their roads, to build their hospitals that they barely have. Anyway, and I'm not talking about the constituents, I'm talking about the ones that are in office. Anyway. So Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, y'all know I like to talk anyway. Nine of Pentacles and this two, the Knight of Cups together, it feels like she's delusional and telling herself like, we're building something good. I have support. That's what the Knight of Cups is about. Like, people looking at you and people, this is a delusional part, for her. Should I stay or should I go? Then you have the Ace of Swords here, searching for clarity. And it feels like she's telling herself that I'm doing the right thing. People like what we're doing. And I'm making money. I got a new face. Why would I give that up? There's this dependence on this idea, her idea here. The idea here of the Knight of Cups. Living in delusion is the Knight of Cups. That, she's telling herself this. I have security and stability. My ideas are good ones. Being in this position is helping me with the nine here, the Nine of Pentacles. This woman, you see that? It's about growth, material growth, stability, security for the long term. And that's what she's saying she has. So she's telling herself. It's interesting. I asked, will she be forced to resign? And they're showing me, I guess that's just, how my gifts work. They're showing me her inner workings first. Eight of Wands. Things moving quickly. News coming out. Having to make quick decisions. There's a lot of wands here in a row. 8, 7, and 9. Crazy. Having to make a quick decision, a decisive decision, taking action, quick progression of some sort. But then you have the Seven of Wands. She will have to defend her position and stand her ground. She will have to protect herself. Okay, you have the 8, then you have the 7 of Wands. It's about protection. Standing your ground. People nipping at your heels. You're having to defend your position literally in the workplace. That's what the Seven of Wands is, defending your place in which you stand. Nine of Wands, card of resilience. Okay, card of being led to the end of your burdens. Keep on going. Things are hard. When this comes up, it's recognizing you're in a hard position right now. You gotta keep going, you gotta keep pushing. That's what she's telling herself. She knows she about to have to do a bunch of what is it? Hearings. Y'all see she ran from the other one. I gotta go. I can't. They hate hearings. And some of them are good at it, where the best way I've learned to deal with these people, when you ask them questions, they're not going to answer the question. They'll just talk. They'll try to overspeak you. They always blame Biden or Obama, and they never answer the question, and they say bullshit. The best way to get them is by particular questions that, one, you have the answer to and evidence to, that you show them immediately. And then two, you just read them. You don't ask questions. You read down a list of things they have done illegally, and you don't ask them any questions. They don't like that. You remind them that they break the law, and they will run right the freak out of the room. That's how you get them. She's gonna have to do a lot of hearings. Because you know why I say that? 8 of Swords. You see that? Feeling trapped. And she feels trapped. With the 9 of Wands there, and the 8 of Swords after the 9 of Wands, she feels trapped. She feels like she's in a situation she can't get out of. She's worried, she's anxious, she's fearful. She feels very trapped. Let's see what these cards are. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's her inner workings. They wanted to show me first. Alright, will she be forced to leave her position? Or will she leave her position? Somebody will be the sacrificial lamb. She has a lot riding on she gets a lot of perks from being in this position. She doesn't give a shit about the border. Excuse my language. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about anyone but the new nose she has and the lips. The new nose and the lips. That's what she cares about. Get her hair done every week or two. Got her nails done. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I tell you what, it's on the taxpayer's dime. If y'all don't know, I use humor a lot. That's my defense mechanism. It's called a healthy defense mechanism. That's how I cope, using humor. Okay. Will she be 6 of Pentacles? I don't see resigning so far. Might have to still go through something. What more could she have to? 3 of Pentacles. The Fool. 2 of Wands. 10 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. I knew that energy was there. So there's 5 of Pentacles energy. Like, she feels isolated. There's an isolated energy surrounding her. Ten of Pentacles, her legacy, Queen of Pentacles. Listen, all these Pentacles, guys, and Three of Wands. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. She got a lot riding on being in this position. Three of Pentacles. Okay, collaboration. Support. Okay. Support. Collaboration. Things, you know, happening behind the scenes. Things happening secretly, perhaps. Then you have the Fool. New beginnings. Then you have the Two of Wands. Process and planning, implementation. You have the Ten of Cups. Enjoying who you're around, okay? Support. But then you have the Five of Pentacles. Total isolation and perhaps cut off from all these things. Maybe not the Fool's energy. The Fool's energy is about risk taking. This feels like, this is a minor card. It's everyday stuff. But it feels like the most important energy. Five Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Her legacy. Queen of Pentacles. These people need to be wiped from history's ledgers. Not forgotten. But they shouldn't be in any historical, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, lists or anything. Queen of Pentacles. It's all about money with her. And Three of Wands. You know, this is foresight. She lacks that. They all do. But they don't care. They don't care about that. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. These are the same cards she got before. She's gonna fight. I don't see her being forced. I don't see her being forced. She will fight because it's too much. Giving up all that money is too much for her. She don't want to go back to being broke. She got the jewels. She got... Okay, well, she won't be forced. She has some things to go through before she moves on. Will she voluntarily resign? I just can't take it. Will she be forced to resign? Let's see. What time is it? Okay. 32 minutes. Seven of Swords. Two of Wands. Page of Wands. Eight of Swords. Temperance. Will she leave voluntarily? Ten of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands. It feels like a yes. It feels like a yes. It feels like a yes. Seven of Swords. Walking away from something, you know, Seven of Swords is a complex energy. It's about lies and corruption and thievery. It's about strategic planning. It's about walking away from toxic situations, okay, as well, subjectively speaking. She is the toxic situation. She won't be able to walk away from herself, okay, but Seven of Swords might be her voluntarily leaving that position, because then you have the Two of Wands. Her plan. It's about planning. Okay? Balance. Then you have the Page of Wands. Pages bring news. Pages also she got the Fool before, so, you know, I think before, in terms of like being forced to leave, there's a risk, or taking a risk, but that Fool's energy and her energy is not a necessarily positive thing. It doesn't feel, Fool card is not negative. I don't do reversals all the time. I read intuitively, but I didn't sense it was saying like new beginnings, road paved. That's what she's looking for. It'll be a risk to be forced out. She's too egotistical to let anyone force her out. She wants to do it on her own terms. She knows it won't last. She definitely can't take the ass beatings she be getting in them hearings. She can't take it. So, this is her doing it on her own terms, because that's what the Page of Wands is about. Eight of Swords. She's scared. Feels trapped. She wants peace. The Temperance card. You start off with the Seven of Swords and you leave off with the Temperance card. Balance, peace. She wants to do it on her own terms. Ten of Cups. She have kids? Is she married? Let me see. Let me see. Look, that's the first thing that came up is Christina married. Ew, she's from South Dakota. I mean, shout out to South Dakotans. Y'all got nice accents. Wait, I think I'm... What? But bear with me, guys. Okay. She is married with 2 kids. She looks completely different. Yikes. What a joke. Okay, so she has 2 children. That's what I keep seeing in her energy. Family is important to her. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel could turn either way. She feels... the thing of it she doesn't know about the Wheel of Fortune is if you do what you're supposed to do with integrity, the wheel will turn in your favor. But if you do bullshit, it will not. And she sees the wheels turning. She wants to, though she wants to leave on her own. And the Nine of Wands again. She's going through it. Good. I want you to keep going through it, please. It's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. Can you imagine being the person that signs the forms to ruin people's lives and cause terror? And break the law? That's why she left. Because of this. That's why she left. Ran out that room. They said, oh, did you deport any veterans? She was like, no. Bro pulled out the tablet and was like, you deported me. She said, I have to go. I have a prior engagement to get to that was canceled, but I'm just going to go and confirm that it was. I got to leave here. She ran out that room. So that's what you have to do with them. Her downfall is slow. She won't be forced to resign, but she will leave on her own terms. She knows she's breaking the law. She feels trapped. She's afraid. She's worried for her family. She doesn't want to leave the jewels alone. Go back to South Dakota, disappear, change your name, change the name of your children, and you'll be fine. But go. When Donald Trump is no longer of this world. Will she face legal action? Four Swords. Will Kristi Noem face legal action? The card's just falling out. Nine of Swords. Five of Wands. Not good. Not good for you, my friend. Not good for you. And when I say legal action, I don't necessarily mean going to jail or being charged with things, but will she face legal action? Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. You know, she might be. Yeah, the Lovers. Alright. Four Swords. Nine of Swords. Five of Wands. Six of Swords. Lots of scandal exposed. Four of Swords, like burnout from all the scandal and the news coming out about her. People talking about her. Six of Swords, though, eventually from chaos to calm. Like, the entire administration is gonna, I don't wait till November for that to happen, but judgment, yeah. That's what I'm saying with her. That's what I'm talking about with her. Judgment and Emperor. Four of Cups energy too, again. And the High Priestess. She just racked up karma points. She had the Wheel of Fortune, you know. But Kristi, I do not wish you peace or those of your ancestors. Yeah, I said it. And your future ancestors. Okay? Because y'all got problems. Maybe this is the undoing for that. Maybe your children will know better and learn better in the future. Based off the consequence, embarrassment is the worst for her. That's why she ran. So I don't care whether or not she goes to jail. It'd be interesting if she was to be sued or something for something, Trump, well, if he dies first. She better get that pardon in. I hope she got it in writing already. And she got it, notified. And got a notary and everything for that pardon. Good luck. Dye your hair, cut it, change your name. That's my advice. No one will know. Alright, what's gonna happen to Ice? What time is it? You got time. I'm just making sure no one called me. Okay. Ice. Prediction I've made, one thing I've talked about with Ice is there would be a lot of exposure. It's already happened. I said last year that news reports will come out, documentaries will come out, and that did happen, where they showed where they were deporting people to. American citizens, people who were, undocumented people who were in the process of getting documented, legally going through the legal process. Man, what a mess. There's more to come. There's more to come. And I sense that there are people who are spying on them, who signed up to be a part of ICE but are watching them. The horrificness we've seen from that 60 Minutes interview segment will be nothing and compared to what will be revealed. I don't mean to speak like I was putting a question mark on the end of my sentence. The upward inflection. But let's see. They're going to definitely end up rebranding ICE and changing its name. And like they did. It was called something else before it was ICE. I always forget. Y'all remember Elian Gonzalez? That whole thing with Janet Reno? Remember that? That thing was crazy, right? Crazy. And then they changed all that law. And then Cubans ended up... Anyway. Little Elian. I don't know why I thought. That was my first... I think that moment, I was young during that situation. I think that situation was like my first knowledge of what ICE... What did they used to be called? Something. INS. What INS was. The Elian Gonzalez situation with the guns and craziness. Alright, what's gonna happen to ICE? Can you show me, please? Can you show me? Nine of Wands again. Nine of Wands again. Four of Cups on the bottom. Five of Pentacles again. Hierophant. Strength. The Emperor. Major stuff. Queen of Wands. Seven of Swords. Fuck shit. Excuse my language. Eight of Wands. Okay, we got the Four of Cups on the bottom. Wheel of Fortune there again. Eight of Swords again. It's the same energy, guys. The same energy. Okay, keep those cards in mind. These are also part of the energy. Magician. The High Priestess again that came up before. Ten of Wands. Ace of Cups. Okay. Alright, so we got the Two of Pentacles came out. Two of Pentacles dropped out. What will happen to Ice? Some balance being brought back, perhaps. There's a lot going on that they don't even... There's a lot of disorganization. There's a lot of overwhelm. Who's in... Oh, she is. Duh. Who's in charge of Ice? Nine of Wands and the Five. Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. They can't get up the flow. Is that Nine of Wands? Yes. It's like Nine of Wands is a card of resilience. It encourages resilience, at least. And it says, like, listen, you're going through it. I understand. Okay? You are in a rough position. You're in a rough position. But you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. You're almost there. But the Five of Pentacles energy is right directly after. And the Five of Pentacles energy is like, you're on the floor. And you're saying, like, shit, I can't get off the floor. I don't have any friends. My daddy don't like me. My rhymes is whack. Malibu's Most Wanted, guys. The movie. Five of Pentacles is a very much like isolative. You have no friends left. You're on the floor. You always get thrown under the stick. Left out in the cold. Like, hello darkness, my old friend sort of energy. That's hard to get through. Then you have the Hierophant on the other side. Hierophant is about conformity. It's about institutions. It is the system itself. So when you think about ICE, you would think about the Hierophant. It's part of the government. It's a federal agency. And it comes after Five of Pentacles. It's the Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles are in between the Two of Pentacles and these are Nine of Wands. This is the Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, okay? It's in between these two cards. The Two of Pentacles, which is about finding balance, trying to get things balanced and organized, trying to reprioritize your responsibilities to make it look good. And then you have the Hierophant on the other side there. This is what will happen to Ice. Okay? You have the Hierophant is about conformity and rules and how things are supposed to look, how they're supposed to go. But you have Strength after that. Strength is about change. Okay? It's about change. But change without, you know, like, I really like the Strength card because it's about gentle strength. It's about not forcing something. Strength is always like what you want will happen. You don't have to force it. It'll take care of itself. And so what I think so far, what Spirit is saying to me is that what will happen to Ice so far, I haven't gotten to. Well, I should probably get through all the other cards. You have the Emperor next. Emperor? The Emperor is about power and authority. It is a person who runs an organization, or it is a person who is in the leadership role, and they make sure that the Hierophant is doing what it's supposed to do. That it's being, it's about total authority. And then you have the Queen of Wands. Why is the Seven of Swords there? What does that mean? What are you saying here to me? I know what the top cards are saying, but I'm not quite sure about the bottom. We were going here. Let me get a clarifier for the Seven of Swords. Okay. Y'all know what Three of Swords. Yeah, that's... Y'all want to know what came up? When I was pulling the cards, I was like, it feels like the Tower of energy is there. But when I didn't see it, I didn't say anything. But it was right on the bottom when I shuffled. Three of Swords is the clarifier as well. For the Seven of Swords. Ice is going to have a total revamp. Because Ice, the name alone has caused... That's why they changed it from Ines. Ice... Now, they just know how to stop breathing things. I get a good breathe, I get the appeal of a good breathe. They need to change that again. But anyway, they're going to change it. It's going to be renamed. Total destruction. Total clean out. That's what I was... Okay, now I know what they're saying to me. So I'm like, is it an actual person? But no, it's an energy. Okay? Someone of an authority. Because the Queen of Wands is here after the Emperor. And it feels like someone like... Because the Queen of Wands also... The King and Queen of Wands also is the similar energy to the Emperor. But the Emperor is a major card. Like, they have the ultimate power. King and Queen of Wands, they are authority. You step into your authority. You lead. Nobody can tell you anything. And so having these two energies together for the everyday and the long term tells me that whenever they like, who's they? I don't know. I don't know who they is. But walk with me. Whoever comes into power next, or that's the only way I could say it, will do a total, but there's destruction happening beforehand, you know what I mean? You have the Hierophant, which is like how things are supposed to go, but the Tower is there as well. The Tower is complete destruction of conformity, how something's supposed to look, how it's supposed to go. Complete change. Tower falls so something can be rebuilt. Okay? And that's what the Emperor and the Queen, I think, will do. That's what it feels like, this, like, no nonsense energy of, like, this all needs to go. Because you have, this is the Seven of Swords here, is the action. Seven of Swords is corruption, thievery, lying, cheating. Weak foundational planning, strategy. Par for the course. Then you have the Three of Swords. This is ice, I think. I sense the Seven and the Three of Swords. Then you have a quick Eight of Wands, like, quick downfall, quick change, quick, you know. Do we have to wait until November for that, for things to change, is the main question. What will the Republicans do? Because they are the ones who have the power to do something. Okay, let's see. Will Republicans actually, they won't, they haven't so far. Great, you guys. You turned around and you passed in the Senate, you went on ahead and said, we're just going to pass this little subsidy thing and expand it for another 2 years. But listen, good for you. It still needs to pass the House, I believe. But good for you. So what are you going to do about the country being terrorized by ICE agents? It's not just immigrants being terrorized. It's humanity. So, what y'all gonna do? You want tomatoes thrown at you? Because I want tomatoes thrown at you. Will Republicans do something? Can you show me, please? Moon on the bottom. Let's do it this way. Eight of Wands again. Two of Cups. Six of Swords. Strength. Page of Wands. They may do something before November. Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Doing things. They talking behind the scenes. Collaborating. Eight of Wands. When people start marching in Washington, that was the Two of Cups. Six of Swords. Yeah, Six of Swords. It feels like collaboration. Two of Cups came up, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Quick progression, quick decision, decisive action. There's a lot of protests going on. Possibly could turn violent, honestly. Possibly could turn violent. It needs to happen more. And I always say there needs to be more. That it has to be relentless. It can't just be a schedule sort of like, oh yeah, let's meet this weekend. Go out for brunch and then, go on Capitol Hill. It needs to be like every weekend. If you're not comfortable with marching, I get it. Not a lot of people are. You think about how you could resist in different ways that for your comfort. But for those of you who are out there, those of you who are organizing and in charge of that, do it out all the time. Cancel your plans every weekend and say, Well, time for the scheduled. Time for this march that's scheduled every weekend until November. Every single time you have to do it relentlessly. Is what I'm saying. Is what my point. Fight for your lives. You know? If you're a marcher. Okay? Strength? They may do something. Sometimes strength is like, I'll just leave what happens, but Page of Wands is after. Risk taking. Taking a risk. A lot of them are afraid of. Listen, the way I always thought the government is supposed to work is you work with each other. You work with each other and you come to a common ground here. And that may mean compromising on a little bit of things and compromising on that's what they have to do. Republicans have no choice. I mean, we always have a choice. But you want to keep your job, or you want tomatoes thrown at you for the next few months until November? What do you want? Choose. Aren't you scared? Donald Trump about that. That's what I would be saying to them. Because I would be relentless. Donald Trump about to go. What you scared of? Go on ahead and sign this bill. I will glaze you for your people. I would do that. That's as far as I would not sacrifice my integrity. But to get a bill signed for my people, I glaze you up. Yeah, you. I won't glaze Donald Trump up ever. Nah. I don't think I could do that. But my Republican colleagues, sure. Not Ted Cruz, not Mike Johnson. The ones we don't see, I glaze up. I'd be like, we could go to brunch right now. You just sign this. You just sign this bill, get it through, agree, vote on it rather, push it on through. I will campaign for you. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. A stable one. Four of Wands. Listen, they might do something. They might. Listen, 17 Republicans about to be glazed up because they signed that little. We'll see what the Congress does. But y'all not getting any. Listen, I would say that's a good thing for Democrats that y'all go on ahead and said, all right, let's sign this little thing. Maybe it'll make them forget. No, it's not enough. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna march? You have to be demanding every single day. Every day. I know y'all do work. I know y'all be calling y'all local representatives. You have to, I would camp outside their house. I mean, that's harassment, but don't do that. But I'm saying, as an example of how relentless you have to be. Marching on Capitol Hill every single weekend. Okay? Balance. Solid foundation being built of bipartisan work, perhaps, for once. 7 of Pentacles. Okay? Helping something grow, nurturing something. They may do something. The Republicans, I can't believe I'm saying that. They might actually do something before November to stop the madness. But don't keep your foot off their necks. Keep it on. Y'all about to see me out there. As soon as I could see. It's over for you. Alright, so I used to about to go through some things. Christy, no, girl, change your name, cut and dye your hair. You about to be embarrassed again and again and again. Cause you know you a woman, and so you know how they do women, child. Especially those who like to be attractive. So they're gonna eviscerate you. You're gonna be the lamb to slaughter in a way you can't even imagine. Okay, you should have stayed in South Dakota and just ate your food there and just stayed there. But you didn't. You wanted to be stomping with the big dogs, and now so you have to get disused every single time. Okay, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for being here. Please like the video. Like it. Watch the whole video. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow for the live. That's it. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want a personal reading, the link is there in the comments. It's pinned there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.